It's the winning moment for Rajshahi Warriors, the Boshundhara Cement Bangladesh Premier League 2026. They go on to beat Sylhet Titans by 5 runs. It was an enthralling game of cricket where Rajshahi posted 147 and go on to win by 5 runs. A clinical effort from the bowlers and captain Nazmul Hossain Shanto leading from the front. It's match number 26 of this Boshundhara Cement Bangladesh Premier League powered by WALTON. Left Rajshahi posting 147 for 8 courtesy of Mushfiqur's 40 and Shanto scoring 34. In reply, Sylhet restricted 142 for 9 in 20 overs. Parvez Hossain top scoring with 41, but it was Ripon Mondal 4 for 34 and Binura 2 for 20, keeping things easy for Rajshahi in the end. Just having a look at the points table here, Rajshahi right at the top. They will play the qualifier 1, 7 wins in 9 matches. Chattogram in the second place. Sylhet, they will play the playoffs, but they are in the third place with 5 wins in 10 matches. What an enthralling game of cricket we have witnessed here in Dhaka. First 2 matches were outstanding. We are talking about the match number 26. I'm alongside Waqar Younis and Nick Compton alongside me. Waqar bhai, first of all, we thought that 147 would not be enough for Rajshahi, but in the end, they truly did so well with the ball.
Look, I think they can only blame themselves because 147 in the conditions we saw, I thought, I still feel that there's not enough runs. And the way they batted, they really spoiled the show for themselves because they really didn't look like a team who was pushing for runs. They were just dragging the game long. They were sort of pushing it going into the last overs and making things difficult for them. Although they had wickets in hand at one stage when Momino and I think Afif, they were batting, and that partnership of 32 deliveries, I thought that really put them, pull them down rather than picking it up. They needed partnership, but run a ball when you're chasing 147, you will always be in trouble once you lose 1 or 2 wickets.
Nick, you mentioned about the surface when you do the pitch report. You said that batting is not easy, so you need to take a bit of time. 148, the target, was not too big, but in the end, it was enough for Rajshahi. So the bowlers did their job really well, right?
Yeah, I think if we look at the first game that was played, 126 was that score. So you got an indication at that stage that the wicket wasn't as true as maybe we thought. There was a little bit of tennis ball bounce, and batsmen never really got going. We didn't see those 60s, 70s, 80s that are winning scores. Players got 30s and 40s, and they threatened at stages, but never really got going. And I think that was pretty much the end of it in terms of the batting. No batsman really got hold of this game, took it by the scruff of the neck and went on to win the game.
For Rajshahi, it was Ripon Mondal who was outstanding. He's been outstanding throughout the tournament, Waqar bhai. 4 for 34 from his 4 overs. A youngster learning the craft. You being a fast bowler, what you make of him?
Look, I think coming to Dhaka has really suited the fast bowlers. We saw Sher-e, picking up 5 wickets in the earlier game, and then with Ripon Mondal, I think he's a very, very good youngster, and he's got potential. He's one for the future. He's got skills which requires for, especially for T20 cricket. He's tall and knows how to use, the angles coming around the wicket, going over the wicket, and knows what length needs to be bowled on this surface. There's some good catches also, but to create those chances, I think that he was the man who really put them on the stage where they could have won the game, and they won the game at the end with ease.
Yeah, he's a keen learner, youngster. He's among the 2nd highest wicket taker of this edition of BPL. 17 wickets he picked up in 7 matches. Obviously, Shariful is right at the top with 18 wickets. Nick, I want to ask you about Ripon Mondal. He's someone who bowls with the new ball. He contains in the middle and have those very good deliveries in the death overs as well. What do you make of him?
I think he's exciting. I think the good thing about him is he's young and he's going to learn. And if you look at that bowling attack that they have got, I mean, they've got a lot of players to learn from. Benira Fernando, of course, an experienced left-arm seamer. Then you look at Saklane as well, who's got all the skills. So if you look at the bowling attack as a whole, they're very well covered, aren't they? And you sort of think that when he fits in there, he knows his role. He knows he's there to take wickets. And yes, he's been a bit expensive at times, but as long as he's taking those wickets.
Right, Rajshahi Warriors were sent to bat first by Sylhet skipper Mediasan Miraj. They put up 147, but at one point they looked to post even more, courtesy of Mushfiqur Rahim. He batted so well for his 40 of 30, experienced campaigner in the middle, making sure Rajshahi post a good total on the board. Yes, he lost partners, but Waqar Bhai, he played a crucial role in the middle.
Well, you never get tired of watching him. He's such a class act, and with the age, with the time, he's getting better and better. Knows how to bat at any number you send him. You ask him to open the bat, he'll do that for you. And the most exciting part for me, or the most heartening part for me, is that he's still very, very strong. At the age of 36, he's doing the wicket-keeping job, where at the international, in some of the games, some of the formats, he decided not to. But I tell you, keeping wicket in these wet conditions are not that easy. He works really hard on his fitness, I'm sure, and knows how to bat in that middle order where they need someone at number 4, Rajshahi, who can give the stability, and I think he's just a perfect man for that number.
Nick, at one point we really thought that Rajshahi going to post somewhere near 190 when Mushfiqur and Nazmul Hossain Shanto were batting. They were 98 for 3 in 11 overs, but things changed dramatically in the middle overs. You mentioned the fact that the spinners might come into play and squeeze things in the middle. That was the thing. We see the graphics here. Rajshahi batting against Sylhet. Overs 1 to 11, they scored 98 as I mentioned, but in the next 9 overs, they go on to score just 49 runs, losing 5 wickets. That could have been a game-changing moment in favor of Sylhet.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been very good throughout the tournament, haven't they? I mean, they set up the game there, and I think that was the important thing to do. Every team has its different players. Mushfiqur Rahim is somebody that plays that middle patch so well, doesn't he? He sweeps, he reverse sweeps, he runs too. And with Shanto, I mean, they look like they were going to take it well beyond 150. Perhaps there's been a bit of disappointment. I mean, Jimmy Neesham is new to the tournament. He's only had, 3 hit-outs since he's arrived, 2 in Sylhet and 1 here, and he looks a little bit rusty, it has to be said. Ryan Bill as well hasn't really got going, and, I think the platform was provided to them, and they didn't really get going. So I think overall, disappointing that Mushfiqur or Shanto, one of them didn't go on to get a bigger score.
Exactly, chasing 148. Sylhet got a good start, courtesy of Parvez Hossain on the left-hander. He's been in terrific touch. Waqar Bhai, once again, he showed his class, scored that 40-odd run knock, but things suddenly changed for them. But tell us more about him. He's a bright prospect for Bangladesh.
I really like this youngster. He's aggressive, and he's got time in his hand, and very fast, mover in the crease. You can see the way he pivots. And that fast hands, the fast bat speed, I think it really works for him. And he's young, he's very fit, and he's enthusiastic. He's up there at the top, and that's what you want to see. You want to see a young player, taking a lead in a tournament, and he's showing his class. And I'm sure in coming days or in the future, he will serve Bangladesh really well.
Right, Nick, 2 local players leading the chart for the most run getters list. Someone like Parvez Hossain, you'd love to see more from him in the coming days.
Yeah, I think it's so exciting. I mean, that's what this tournament's about. It's about unearthing talent, particularly seeing what Bangladesh players have to offer. I mean, we know that there's a lot of talent and ability here. And I think it's not only that, it's about giving them exposure in the global stage and going on to win games like this, and that's where you get your experience. You get to rub noses with the Moeen Alis of the world, who are experienced campaigners now. And if you look at all the teams, there's enough experience there to gain a lot for these young players. And I think Parvez looks a very exciting young player. I mean, look, Shanto's there, of course, so he's another bit of experience. So, you can rub noses with these guys, and I think they're going from strength to strength.
Yeah, things got interesting at the very end where Sylhet needed 11 of the final over. Binura was slightly injured. There were talks whether he would bowl the final over or not.
Final ball. He didn't bowl the final over.
Even before the final over, he was injured.
The final ball, actually. The issue was a big last ball where they needed, 7? They were the game in hand, and then he bowled those 2 wide deliveries. I mean, I hope he's okay, first of all, because, he's such an important, member of their side. He gives that, start which they always look for. He went down very, very flat. There you go. He couldn't really put, a weight on his left leg, and I'm not sure if they're just cramps or he has pulled something. You know, if you
Maybe there was a sniper in the crowd, was there?
no, normally when you pull it, you know, that means you can't ball. Then it's hard to ball after that. It's hard to walk even. But sometimes you feel cramps and then it goes so tight suddenly that you cannot really, you know, stretch your leg. So I feel it might be just the cramps, and hopefully, you know, he'll be fine, and because he'll be required in the coming games.
Yeah, he'll be surely required for Rajshahi with the ball. Your take on Binura? He's the vital cog in the Rajshahi's bowling lineup.
Well, they call him Rambo of Sri Lanka, don't they? So he's a tough customer. You can see he's a big build, isn't he? He's a man who probably has to work hard in the gym to keep, you know, himself fit, but he's strong. He's strong, and he's got a lot of different variations and experience, and I think he'll be just fine. Hopefully you get a good rub down, get those Epsom salts in the bath, and hopefully you'll see him back in the coming games.
Right, we have another double header coming up tomorrow. It's going to be another cracker of a contest between very good teams, where Rangpur Riders will take on Dhaka Capitals in the match number 27. Tomorrow, 12:15, the live coverage starts, while the match starts at 1 p.m. In the next match, Chattogram Royals will take on Rajshahi Warriors in the next match, match number 28. Thank you, gents. Thank you for being with us. It's been an entertaining day. Right, that's all from here. Thanks for watching.